Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Akyere, and this is how I visualize leaders. Funny enough, when I think about leaders, I think of a cellulite foam. I don't know why, but throughout this presentation, I've begun to think about why it is that I think of leaders as sponges. And the first thing is to do with the ability to absorb information and to recognize what people feel. The next thing is to deal with the porosity of the object itself. And then beyond that, we are talking about the usage of the foam. You will notice that in everyday society, whether it's in car garages or our homes, bathrooms, kitchens, we have these sponges. And in the same way, I feel that leaders are everywhere around us, and everybody at a particular point in time is going to be a leader. It might not be on a national scale, but each of us is a leader in a point in our lives. The next thing to do with leaders, porosity. For these sponges that you see here, at the beginning stages, there's a mixture made of wood, pulp, and cotton, and eventually sodium sulfates are added to it. And when these are melted, the sodium sulfates leave holes at different points in the formation of the mold. And depending on how large these holes are, you can tell what the foam is going to be used for. So it's either going to be used to clean large surfaces like cars, or it's going to be used for small things like makeup. In the same way, leaders arise in different means. Sometimes it's coup d'etats, sometimes it's by appointment, sometimes it's monarchical. But at the end of the day, there are always different ways that leaders come about, and each of these has a purpose. Next thing, the capacity for high water retention. If you ever drop a piece of foam in water, you notice how it bloats up and it soaks the water. This, to me, is how leaders absorb information. To be able to be a leader who makes a difference, you need to be up with the times. You need to know what's going on all around you. But beyond that, you need to look at what people are not telling you. You need to really listen. So beyond the words, what's the mindset behind what's causing them to do what they're doing? As a leader, you need to absorb the information so that you make the right decisions. The next thing, the purpose of sponges. Beyond just soaking up water, what sponges are there for is to clean. And a leader has a purpose in society. You're supposed to provide direction. So you look at the resources that you have available to you and the purpose for which you are put there, and then you match these up. At the end of the day, that is what will help you to do a good work, and it will determine your effectiveness. But one thing, if you leave this thing filled with water for a long period of time, it's going to breed bacteria. For a leader to effectively work, you need followers to believe in you. You need them to support you and to be able to give you constructive criticism so that you make the right decisions. Just as the hand supports this, the followers are those that give the leader impetus to work. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is each of us is a leader. Each of us has opportunities to make a difference. Each of us, if only we open our eyes to the opportunities around us, can make a big change. Thank you.
The way you related every single thing with just what I saw in you, I was wondering how you were going to create this point or something like this.
How many of you thought it was melting butter? Alright, yes. Any other comments?
I just wanted to go over the part where you said when the sponge leaves water, it brings bacteria. I didn't really get the link from you.
Okay, thank you, Steve. So, if you are a fan of washing dishes at home, you notice that if you leave the sponge in a damp place for a long period of time, it's going to breed bacteria. So at the end of the day, what you're doing is you are infecting the things that's supposed to be cleaning. So a leader needs to have the right things around them all the time. You need to be in the right environment where people can constructively give you feedback, so you know whether what you're doing is right or it's wrong. So you make changes.
Thank you. Okay, now your hands are coming up. What am I going to do? Very quickly, and then whoever is the next trip. get ready coming from.
I remember the part where you said about absorbing information. That's the water in it. But then you're saying if there's too much water in it, it will have bacteria.
Yeah.
You just don't care.
Okay, so absorbing water. At the end of the day, a sponge is not there just to absorb water. You're there to actually clean, make a difference. So,
Let me just take a moment, use it as proof.
okay. Thank you.
Very good presentation. There's a lot of content in, what should be related to many, many things. So I think this is one of the good presentations. Note how she paced herself. She wasn't rushing, she wasn't too slow, but she paused. And sometimes when you're doing presentations, when you worry about the time, you go very, very quickly. But when you stop enough, give people a 2-second time, lapse. It gives them time to reflect on what you say and then move on. Okay? All right, good job. Thank you.